Well, just a little update about the flipping. So I got into Ridgecrest on Saturday the 10th and started looking at my options, and the best option was to go to Chester. So the way to get there probably was going to be to go to Reno. Unfortunately, rental car places were closed on Sunday, so I couldn't get a car until Monday. I got into Reno Monday about 3:30. The bus to Chester only run 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they leave at 1:30 from the airport. So that didn't do me any good. I was already 2 hours past that and had to wait till Tuesday for the bus. So, or excuse me, Wednesday for the next bus. So I spent 2 nights in a hotel at the Reno airport, just twiddling my thumbs. Did go to REI and buy a new pair of shoes. Anyway, finally got the ride into Chester. I did try other options. There just wasn't no easy way to get there. Anyway, got into Chester Wednesday evening. Had to go to the post office the next day on Tuesday to get my bear canister, which is required for Lassen Park. Picked that up, finally got on the trail about 10 o'clock on Thursday. So effectively I lost about 5 days trying to do the flip because of all the issues with trying to get a car, trying to get transportation from Reno to Chester, etc. Anyway, back on the trail at Chester. I took this video in my drive from Ridgecrest up to Reno, and just to show you the amount of snow on the mountains as we go along, it's pretty significant, and that's why most people skip the Sierras. Well, I'm back on the PCT in Chester, California, in a burn area. They had a major fire up here last year, and we're walking right through the burn area. It's pretty depressing to see all these blackened trees and dead. They've been in here logging the ones they could salvage, so they're not wasted. As you can see, they've done a fair bit of logging with the big trees. We've got a ways to go through this burn area. As I understand it, the fire came pretty close to Chester. I don't think Chester lost any homes or businesses, but they've been hurting because of the tourism and stuff up here. So this influx of PCT hikers early in the season flipping up from Southern California has been a big help for them. You see a lot of PCT hikers in town walking around, going to restaurants, going to stores, going to grocery stores. So it's been a help to the town. Anyway, I'm off on the Northern California part of this trip, and see how far we can get before we run into more issues with snow. Well, we came out of the burn area into the forest. This trail is made up of nothing but rock. It's hard on the feet. North Fork of the Feather River. Going over the bridge. Just ran along a little trail magic here in the middle of the forest. In the cooler is some Gatorade, some Coors, and some chocolate chip cookies. And a little place to put the trash when you're done. Lovely. Good start to the morning. My first deer sighting. The geyser was only 3/10 of a mile off the trail, so we went to check it out. Second deer in one day. And the third. Morning of the third day out of Chester, and we're still in burn. There's been a few spots of green trees here and there, but a lot of burn. Well, we've encountered some snow, which we expected. There's about 5 miles of this off and on. Covers the trail for a while, and then the trail pops up so we can find it. So maybe a little bit of a navigation issue, but we'll see how it goes. Well, the way across the creek was on the log, the big one, the one to the right. Wasn't bad, just took your time. It's wide enough to use trekking poles. A little scary because you don't want to fall in. It's not deep, but it's fast. It's probably only 3 foot deep there, but it's really fast, so you wouldn't want to fall in, and it's probably cold. Still going through the burn forest. It's about 1:30. Again, we're on the third day out of Chester. Gonna start thinking about a campsite tonight, and obviously a place like this is not good. As you notice from all the trees, burnt trees laying down, these trees are not very stable. So we would not want to camp out here, particularly if there was a windstorm and all these trees that don't have a lot of support and may just want to come down. A lot of blowdowns out here. Easy ones to get over though so far. I've only had one I had to crawl over. Rest of them are step over so far. Well, we're gonna go around these. If you can see the footprints in the ground, but everybody else is doing the same thing. Yeah, we didn't want to crawl through that. Big tree. Well, good morning. We're about an hour out of Old Town. Well, we got into Old Town, but we had to wait for the post office to open the next day. Monday was a holiday, Juneteenth. We didn't realize, so we lost a day. But we did take a tour of the caves, just to kill some time while we waited. Who are you?
I am True Grit.
And where are you from?
I am from eastern Pennsylvania, and just to the backstory, I got the name True Grit on the Appalachian Trail when I scratched my cornea outside of Clifton, and I got my cornea infected, so I had to wear an eye patch for 2 weeks, and it reminded somebody of the main character of the movie True Grit, hence the name.
Cool anyway,
story. It was a pleasure running into Tim, and we've been hiking for the past 2 days together, and now we're about to see some really cool caves.
Yeah. The cave is actually about 1,000 feet long. Plenty of head clearance. There's good signage inside showing you what the features are and to describe them. It was an interesting tour. It took us longer to walk there than it did to tour the cave, but it was an interesting tour. We enjoyed it. Well, here I am in Old Station. In a rainstorm. It's about 6 o'clock at night. I think you can probably see the rain on the tent fly. I'm sure you can probably hear it. So hopefully it didn't go on all night, so there's time for things to dry before we have to pack up in the morning. We'll see what happens. Just a quick look outside my tent. It's actually little bits of hail coming down, which is turning into ice. almost like a snow, but it is hail at this point. So yeah, we're gonna be wet in the morning, it looks like. Well, this is what we woke up to this morning. We had a little snow last night, and I've taken a lot of the snow off the tent, but there's still some here I gotta get brushed off so things can dry. It's a pretty good chunk of ice there. Cold. Again, appreciate it if you hit the like button, and if you subscribe, you'll be notified when videos are released if they're other than our regular ones.